This is a very exciting time, Roger, and I do want to celebrate now that I've had some sleep. Congratulations to you, baby. You're an MVP. Folks have no idea, like you're the Merlin of this whole deal, behind the scenes, helping put King Arthur on the throne. But I got to tell you, the superhuman strength of Trump not letting up, feeding off of combat, my God, this is total presidential stuff compared to the scum we've had in the last 20 years.
Well, Alex, first of all, it's great to be back with you. I spoke to President-elect Trump last night at some length on a broad variety of topics, and I'm not really at liberty to discuss that. But let me just say that he is, first of all, very grateful to the Infowars.com audience. He knows that you are the centerpiece of the resistance. He knows that he has gotten a better treatment here than from anyone in the mainstream media, and he is very grateful and very thankful for your support and the support of your audience. Secondarily, he is, I think, trying to get his head around some of the extraordinary national security.
Yeah, let's be clear. He's got a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I'm quite embarrassed that he's actually reached out to already say thank you. I mean, this is crazy what he's doing. And now I'm told he's working 18 hours a day still. I'm kind of actually worried about him at 70. Is this Superman?
No, look, and I told him this. At the end of the day, he is the one who won this. His enormously energetic sprint, the final 2 weeks of this campaign, was almost superhuman. This reminded me of Harry Truman, who jumped on a train and went from one coast to the other, doing 4 stops a day until he could no longer speak and pulling out an upset. Trump put forward a Herculean personal effort here. And at the end of the day, Alex, I think he won despite his campaign. By that, I mean his campaign, God bless them, they were a grassroots-oriented, guerrilla-oriented operation. We didn't have the slick, well-financed operation of the Clintons. But in the end, it didn't matter because Trump's talent, Trump's ability as a communicator, Trump's enunciation of the anti-elitist message.
His instinct. I've been watching him carefully. He's got an instinct that is second to none.
Now, the other thing I can tell you is there are many, many people in the political establishment advising him not to allow the prosecution of Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, presumably Chelsea Clinton, for their crimes. I personally think that's an enormous mistake. Either we are a nation of laws, or we are a nation of men. Which is it? There has to be one standard. If David Petraeus can be prosecuted, then Hillary Clinton must be prosecuted.
Stone, let me jump in here, and I totally agree with you. My advice to Trump is this. A, it's what you said you'd do. B, it's the right thing to do justice. But C, and most importantly, you cannot leave this den of vipers there. They will try to bring you down. They will never stop. You must break these people, as you've already done, the MSM, the Clintons. The minute you go after them with the law and due process, their minions are all mercs. They will roll, and we will destroy the entire nest of corruption, and you would have won. If you don't do it, they're going to be sniping at you the whole time.
He cannot take his foot off their throat.
That's
Not
it.
now. He's beaten them against enormous odds.
When King David, I'm going to interrupt again. You're absolutely on target. When King David, with that stone, hit Goliath while he was praying, he prayed, God, make me aim true. Nobody could beat Goliath. He only knocked Goliath out. If he would have hesitated, not taking Goliath's sword and chopped his head off, Goliath would have gotten up and strangled him. King David must raise the sword, correct?
Absolutely. I think this is why I say lock her up needs to continue to be our watchword.
And by the way, you challenged me. I took away the 2016. It's over. I'm announcing it. We're designing it today. You're absolutely correct. We are launching. It'll be here in 1 week. I just did it. We talked some more. We are launching, ladies and gentlemen, the Hillary for Prison 2017 limited edition shirt. It'll be available by this afternoon in pre-order at InfoWarsStore.com. Sorry, sir.
We are, I think, at a key point where former Mayor Rudy Giuliani yesterday on Fox summed this up. This is not a decision for the president. This is a decision for the grand jury. This is a decision for a career, unbiased, non-political prosecutor to look at the totality of the Clinton Foundation and the pardons and 100 other issues that the Clintons have enriched themselves by breaking the law, and determine whether there is, in fact, a criminal indictment there. The other issue here, Alex, is, of course, the outstanding issue of the 680,000 emails on the Wiener Abedin server. So when the FBI director says we've reviewed them and there's nothing there, my sources in the Congress, who have seen all of them, my sources in the NYPD, who have seen all of them, tell me that there is open and shut evidence of treason, corruption, sexual exploitation, and worse.
And we have the earlier WikiLeaks where they're with Obama saying, we've got to cover this up, our illegal emails. We have them. We have them. We have them in gun sites ready.
So there can be no reprieve here. This is going to be very important, but I can already see the siren song of the political establishment calling on the president to give the Clintons a pass in order to heal the country and unite. This is nonsense. These are asps. They will bite you.
Well, here's the good news. A president can't give a 360 pardon from what I've read in jurisprudence. And so even if Obama gives him one, there's so many thousands of crimes, prosecutors afterwards, doesn't matter, new investigations, new crimes.
Well, I would argue that under the Nixon precedent, Obama could, in fact, pardon the Clintons for any and all crimes they may have committed. And if that happens, that's a legal process.
But the foundation's an ongoing crime. The foundation's an ongoing crime.
She still will have accepted a pardon, which is essentially the admission of a crime. The Clinton Foundation is going to dry up. Who in God's name would give them a penny to stick in their pockets now? Who?
I agree. I mean, thank you, Roger, for coming on. Any other points that are key to add? Listen, nobody's perfect. This is so complex. I can't believe he's working 18 hours a day. I'm so impressed. The media is going to try to, here's the new attack. They're going to now attack us on our strength, liberty, and the fact that we don't falter or waver. They're going to claim he isn't 100% delivering. We have to wait and see and give him time to even get in. We have to worry about assassination, which the media is pushing. So don't let them start claiming, oh, he's bringing in neocons, or oh, he's doing or that. Donald's shown he does what he wants. The point is, it's delivering, building the wall, cutting the taxes, standing back and letting prosecution take place. That's what we're waiting for once he's president. In the next 70 days, total defense of Trump, absolute promotion of what he pushes for, and keep fighting. Keep fighting and exposing MSM. Wasn't it genius to ignore the press corps and not tell them where he was going or what he was doing?
Yeah, I think CNN is going to have a very hard time getting him on the phone. I think the New York Times is going to have a very hard time getting him on the phone. I think he's wise to ignore them. But, Alex, let me also say, any of the names you see floated out there for various positions, whether it's Chris Christie or Rudy Giuliani or Jamie Dimon for Treasury.
It's all bull. It's all bull.
There's the worst idea I've ever heard my entire life. It's all that's not true. It is self-promotion in most cases. You should not read anything into that. No decisions are made. No lists are made. It's wildly premature. So when the Washington Post reports a piece by Robert Costa saying that Corey Lewandowski is under consideration for chief of staff, no, he is not. That's a plant. That is not true. There is zero chance that will happen.
That's right. Lewandowski is now a CNN turncoat operative.
Well, this is the same guy who planted a fake story at the Washington Post that he was in charge of the vice presidential selection process, which he was not. So you see a lot of self-promotion. You see the Washington rats all trying to board the ship. The watchword today is, I was with you the whole time. Anybody who says that was not with you the whole time.
Well, my listeners were with the fact that Trump was a patriot and the elite were against him. And I was a little fly on the wall in the meeting where what really brought down Lewandowski came out, and I knew Lewandowski was going down, so I know the inside baseball, and it's not some pissing contest with Lewandowski. He's really a bad person, and I want to salute the individual that helped bring him down, and just thank God there's patriots around Trump protecting him. And listen, nobody's smart enough or has enough eyeballs or brain cells to keep track of something this complex. The fact is the enemy hates Trump. That's why you know he's good, and we're going to give him massive benefit of the doubt until he gets into office. But remember, folks, the number one threat from my gut, and you see him in the news, is them trying to kill Trump. Don't you agree, Roger? That's the maximum threat right now?
Look, I pray for his security. I've written a book on the Kennedy assassination. I wrote a book on the Bushes, which has what I think is the true story of the attempted Reagan assassination. The inappropriate actions of the Secret Service in both of those instances give me pause. Now, I think the men and women of the Secret Service are brave, loyal Americans, but I worry about the political manipulators above them. So, yes, I pray every day for the president's security. The assassination threats, are ubiquitous across the social media. I myself, and I know this is probably true of you, I've gotten more death threats in the last 48 hours than I've gotten in the last 48 years. And I'm about 48 years old. So
well, let's talk about this then. I know you got to go, and I got to go. I'm skipping the break. Roger Stone, StoneZone.com, StoneColdTruth.com. Let me ask you this question. A little bird told me that Trump, a year ago, envisioned he was going to win, understood the people, knew the mainstream media was a joke, because he advertises around the country. He learns it has no response anymore. There's nothing there. You know, you advertise in independent media, there's a huge response. You advertise in mainstream, no response. I mean, Trump's a smart guy. He's like, wow, they have no power. For 6-7 years, I advertise, nothing happens, you know. I mean, that's one thing for Trump to just, as a businessman, to get. They're done. This is our country. This is far and run. This whole Soros thing, the globalists, the big banks, they admit it. It's come out in the WikiLeaks. And a little bird told me if they think they're going to try to start a war or finance too many riots in the streets or try to burn Washington or something, that we're just going to encamp the U.S. Army and the Marines around the White House, and somebody's going to sit in a bunker and sign the executive orders. And if Congress wants to roll over to the globalists, that's fine. But we finally got a president that's going to try to defeat the enemies that have captured this nation. I mean, we have the beachhead now is what I'm saying. He has captured the White House. Now he's got to capture D.C. and bring the country back. That's how epic this is.
I generally agree. I think that their moves will be more subtle than that, Alex. I think there's going to be a major effort to continue to crack down on the lending ability of community banks in a purposeful effort to slow the economy so that can be blamed on Trump. They want to crash the economy and blame it on Trump.
Oh, I agree. So what does Trump do? He gets up with 70 days and points out with his bully pulpit what they're doing to crash it before he gets in?
Yes, he tells his Treasury Secretary to get with the community banks and make sure, since they are creditworthy, since they are loaded with cash, that they are lending to people who want to build.
And let's be clear, under Obama, in the last 8 years, almost nothing to locals, trillions to foreign banks, trillions to China, nothing for us. Trump needs to say, you give the damn loans to local people, including black communities, right now, and the Hispanic communities and the poor communities now. You give them the loans, they pay them back, you do it right now.
Well, and I happen to know that the president-elect is looking at some innovative financing options where you could rebuild our infrastructure without using tax dollars. I mean, this can be done where you can essentially get a guaranteed line of credit to rebuild America without squandering.
Sure, all that matters is tax cuts and confidence. This country can't be held down. The Federal Reserve used to admit we're overheating. We've got to suppress it. And that's the big secret. Trump knows that. Just turn a few switches, block the globalists. We're going to win, right, Rogers?
I think that's exactly right. Look, I think he's going to move towards a sound dollar. I think he's going to move to growth-oriented tax policy.
Is that why the stock market went up?
I noticed that. Very, very, because, look, we have a businessman in charge. He understands the economy, and he knows how to create jobs. I've never been more confident.
Why'd you make a Wall Street chanting, lock her up, my friend?
Yes, well, we'll get there. I think it's vitally important that he keep his pledge to the American people on those questions. All right, Alex, I'm going back over to Trump Tower, but great to be with you again, and I will keep you posted.